Hello, welcome to this video, the second in a series focusing on how we play the classical guitar using the FGC3-Tuning. In this video we will talk about tuning the guitar, holding the guitar, playing basic chords on the guitar, and by the end of this video we will be able to sing a song and a hymn while playing the guitar. So first of all, let us begin by tuning the guitar. The first note I would tune normally would be the bottom note, F natural below middle C, because it is the first note. I would normally use a tuner for this. There are so many available tuner options out there, from the good old-fashioned pitch pipe and fork to various types of electronic gadgets and devices. In this video, I'll just be using an app which I downloaded. Okay, so I'll just do that right now. So first of all, we need to tune the bottom string, the F natural. That sounds about right. And then once we've done that, it's one whole tone above that, which is the G natural. And once we've done the G natural, then the next note above that, it's the middle C. And then once we've done the middle C, above that it's the E natural above middle C. And then after that it's the A flat above the E natural. And then the very top note, it's the C natural, one octave above middle C. Okay, so that's the 6 strings all nicely tuned now. So I would play a few chords from the F, G and C major keys just to check that everything sounds okay. So that's the F major, and so that's the G major, and that's the C major. Okay, so all the strings sound great, so they are all nicely in tune. Next we will talk about how we hold the guitar in the FGC3 style of playing. The guitar can be played either standing up or sitting down. When played standing up, it does require a different method of holding the guitar, so we'll cover that in a later video. In this video we will focus on how to hold the guitar while sitting down. The base of the guitar should be resting on the lap and tilted at a 30 degrees off the perpendicular. So for example, if that is the perpendicular there, then it should be tilted 30 degrees off, just like that. Legs can be crossed or uncrossed. It doesn't really matter. One can cross one's legs in order to raise the playing height of the guitar. For example, in a piece that may require a lot of high fret playing. For example, in that region over here. But either way, it doesn't really matter. As regards the strap, which is, here's the strap, it is important, and I'll show you the reason why. We may need to play a chord in the high frets in the region over here, and in some situations we may need to hold the strings down using the thumb, for example in playing like a chord like this. Like that. So in this situation we can still hold on to the guitar, but the thumb is no longer supporting the neck, so we need a strap in order to stop the guitar from slipping and sliding. So in this video we won't be playing any high fretted chords, so I'll just take the strap off to show you the type that I use. As you can see, it has a band above the nut that goes round the headstock, and it's fastened using a button. This button also buttons onto the main strap at one end through a small eye hole, and the other end has another eye hole that attaches to the end button at the base of the guitar. So that's the end button there at the base of the guitar. I'll take the strap off and leave it off for the rest of the video to show that the FGC style can be played without the strap. Next we need to name the frets and number the playing fingers. In the FG3 style we have 5 fingers. This is different from the conventional guitar fingering, and also different from other string instruments such as the violin and cello, where we have a thumb and 4 fingers. The thumb in the FGC3 style is represented by the numeral 1. The reason for this is that the thumb can be used to hold down the string when playing an overneck chord, such as in the high frets. Okay, so I'll just show how this is done again. So this is what we call an overneck chord. Like this. Therefore the thumb is the finger number 1, and the second finger is the index finger, the third finger is the middle finger, the fourth finger is the ring finger, and the fifth finger is the little finger. The same also applies to the hand that is used for plucking and strumming. If there is a number next to the note to be plucked or the chord to be strummed, then this indicates that it needs to be done by the thumb. This is important because when plucking or strumming with the thumb, it produces a very different sonority to the sound produced by the other fingers. So I'll just demonstrate this right now as to the difference between the sound of the thumb and the fingers. So for example, in the chord of C major, this is the chord when a thumb is strumming. And so this is the chord when it's done by a finger. The thumb again. And so as you can tell, the sound with the thumb is much stronger. So that's quite useful to indicate that with a number 1 on a piece of music. Normally when we refer to a fret on the guitar, we call it by a number. For example, the 5th fret or the 7th fret. However, in FGC3 style, where big chords on the high frets can be quite common, it can be quite messy having to write loads of double-digit numbers next to the notes for chords around the 12th, 13th, 14th and 15th frets, for example. So I'll just show you where the 12th fret is. So that's the 12th fret here, which is 1 octave above the open string. So that's the open string. And that's the 12th fret, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 and so forth. So for this reason it is better to refer to the frets using letters of the alphabet. These are always written in lowercase to differentiate them from the letters A to G, which are used for the notes of the musical scale, which should always be in uppercase. So the open string stopped at the nut, like that. So that's called the fret A. So that is the fret A there, which is the nut. the first fret, which is this one, it's fret B, and the second fret is fret C, so that's C there. And on a standard guitar, we do have position markers to indicate the 5th, 7th and 12th fret. So I'll just turn this round. So just to show that these are the markers to indicate that's the 5th fret there, that's the 7th fret, and so that's the 12th fret there. So that is on the 5th fret. So in FGC style, so this is referred to as fret F. This one is fret F, and this is fret H, and so that one is fret M. Depending on how many frets there are on a guitar, the top fret could be a fret S, fret U, a fret S, fret T, fret U, and even a fret V. Okay, so let us name the frets. So that's, as we mentioned, the open string is the fret A at the nut there, fret B, fret C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U. So T is the top fret there. Now that we have named the frets and numbered the fingers, we are ready to play our first chords. If you take a look at the diagram over here, the first chord on the far left is the tonic chord of C major, starting from a 5th octave C. So here is the triad chord of C major with a 6th octave C above the triad. Okay, so that's the chord here. So that's the 5th octave C, and that's the tonic chord of the C major, and that's a 6th octave C there. The letters and the numbers immediately above the first chord over here, that reads M5, L2, M4, M3, indicates the letters of the frets and the fingering numbers for each of the 4 notes of the first chord. We always start off from the top string and work downwards. So M5 represents the fret M to be held down by the 5th finger on the top string. So I'll show you how what this means on the guitar. So remember, we have fret A as the open string here, and then we have fret B as the first fret, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M. So the M is the 12th fret, 1 octave above the open string, and M5 means the 5th finger. So the 5th finger is the little finger there. So that's M5. L2 represents the fret L to be held down by the 2nd finger on the 2nd string. So that's the 2nd finger, the index finger needs to go on the 2nd string. Like that. M4 represents the fret M to be held down by the 4th finger on the 3rd string. So that's the ring finger on the 3rd string on fret M. And as regards the finger, the last note in the chord, the M3 represents the fret M to be held down by the 3rd finger on the 4th string. So that's the middle finger there on the 4th string on fret M, which is there. The 2 dashes after that indicate the following strings after that. Strings 5 and 6 are not played. So that's why they're represented by 2 dashes. So let's play the notes of the first chord as per written from top to bottom. Once we've found the notes, we can play them together at the same time. The curly line here represents that the chord needs to be strummed upwards, and the number 1 below the stave indicates it needs to be strummed with the first finger, which is the thumb. So this is what it sounds like. And then after that, the second chord, which is the one over here, is similar to the first chord, but the tonic note C has dropped down to 1 octave to middle C, and the fingering letters and numbers above the second chord, which are this one, is very similar to the fingering above the first chord, but instead of the M3 at the end there, followed by 2 dashes, it is an A followed by 2 dashes, which is this one here. So this indicates it's fret A, the open string. So this means that the 4th note is to be played without any fingers, but with the open string sounding middle C. And all the other notes are the same as the first chord. So I'll just lift my middle finger off the 3rd string like that, and strum it upwards with my thumb again, so it sounds like this. The 3rd chord has the fingering H5, G2, H4, H3 above it. So that means that on the top string I need to place my 5th finger on fret H, like this. So that is, remember, fret A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So 5th finger on fret H is like this. On the 2nd string, I need to place my 2nd finger on fret G like this. So that's my index finger, which is on fret G. And on the 3rd string, I need to place my ring finger, my 4th finger, on fret H like this. And then lastly, I need to place my middle finger, the 3rd finger, on fret H like this. And it needs to be strummed upwards as indicated by the curly line over here, and the thumb in the left hand over here. So this is how it sounds like. And the 4th chord has the fingering F5, E2, F4, F3 above it. So that means that on the top string I need to place my 5th finger on the fret F like this. So A, B, C, D, E, F. So 5th finger on fret F like that. And on the 2nd string I need to place my 2nd finger on fret E. So that's index finger on fret E like that. And on the 3rd string I need to place my 4th finger, the ring finger, on fret F like this. And on the 4th string I need to place my 3rd finger, the middle finger, on fret F like this. And once again it needs to be strummed upwards as indicated by the curly line, and by the thumb as indicated by the number 1. So this is how it sounds like. Okay, so let's play the 4 chords as written in the diagram several times, just to get used to how it sounds and feels like. Okay, so once again from the start. The 1st chord, and then the 2nd chord, and then the third chord, and then the fourth chord, and then once again the first chord, and the second chord, and then the third chord, and then the fourth chord, okay, and let's do it slightly faster. And you'll notice that while I'm doing this, I'm actually just dampening down the strings after each chord using the base of my thumb. Okay, so once we've familiarised ourselves with those four chords, we can move on to using those same four chords in the song. This diagram shows a song to be sung to the words la la la, using the same four chords that we have learnt just now. As you can see here, the first chord is the same as our first chord from earlier, so it sounds like this. The second note is H5, G2, H4, H3 dash dash, which is the third chord from earlier, which sounds like this. The third chord is the same as the first chord, which sounds like this. The fourth chord is the same as the second chord just now, which sounds again like this. The fifth chord here is the last chord from our early example with the fingering H5, E2, H4, F4 dash dash. So I need to position my fingers like this and strum the chord so it sounds like this. The seventh chord is the second chord from our earlier example, which is the same as the first chord just now. But remember, the A means the open string. Therefore, on the third string, I need to lift my finger and play the chord like this. Then after that, from the eighth chord to the end, the exact same seven chords we played just now are repeated all over again, like this. So let's just practice the 14 chords in a diagram like this until we are familiar with the chords. Now let's look at the melody which needs to be sung. It just consists of three notes, C, D and E. So if we sing the melody, it goes like this. Okay, so let's get the first note, which is the C, natural, which is La. So the melody goes like this. la 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 la. So let's put the melody and the chords together and sing and play at the same time. So this is how it sounds like. La 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 la. I did mention earlier that we'll be singing a song and a hymn on the guitar, so this is what we'll do to end this video. So here's a poem by the 19th century poet John Clare. I've set it to the melody that we practiced just now. The words of the poem are: I wish I was where I would be, with love alone to dwell. Was I but her, or she but me, then love would all be well. I wish to send my thoughts to her, as quick as thoughts can fly. But as the winds the waters stir, the mirrors change and fly. Okay, so that's just sing it to the chorus that we practiced earlier. So here it goes. La. I wish I was where I would be, with love alone to dwell. Was I but her, or she but me, then love would all be well. I wish to send my thoughts to her, as quick as thoughts can fly. But as the winds the waters stir, the mirrors change and fly. Now let's do the hymn. These are some verses that I found in a hymnal. The words of the verses are: the earth, with all that dwell therein, with all its wealth untold, belongs to God who founded it upon the seas of old. What men shall stand before the Lord on Zion's holy hill? The clean of hand, the pure of heart, the just who do his will. So let's sing this hymn to the same chords that we practiced earlier. So here it goes. The earth with all that dwell therein, with all its wealth untold, belongs to God who founded it upon the seas of old. What man shall stand before the Lord on Zion's holy hill? The clean of hand, the pure of heart, the just who do his will. Well, that brings us to the end of this second video. In this video, we've only looked at the tonic major chords. In the next video, we'll explore major chords in the first and second inversions and find out how the fingering differs from the chords that we have dealt with so far. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope to see you in the next video. In the meantime, take care.